Okay. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? You're live. You're doing it live. You are. It's a live broadcast.
Broadcast all the socials right now.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just kidding. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Jess.
Hi, Paxton.
Hi.
Hey, Pax. Hey, Avery.
Hey, Gordy.
Oh,
Okay.
Avery's not feeling like recording today. So today we have a little bit different episode. We are interviewing Big Brother and getting his perspective on some things. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Paxton.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade. What else?
What do you like?
Long walks on the beach. Or...
I like cars.
Okay. And your brother? I love my brother. I love my brother.
He's hungry.
Am I doing it?
I thought.
Are you going to ask a question?
We're just going straight into questions.
I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Paxton, take me back to the day you first found out that we were adopting. What do you remember feeling?
I mean, it felt like it was going to be a change.
Yeah?
Something new. But I mean, I didn't feel bad about it.
Do you remember so we had lots of kids in and out of the house. So do you remember at the time, like he was still a baby. So did you think that it was going to go through, or did you think like, oh, things could change, or?
I mean, I didn't know whether or not he was going to stay. But I'm glad that he did. I'm
sorry.
Oh my God, get it together.
I know. Well, you know, I'm an only child, so this whole sibling thing is new to me.
Clearly.
So, what is over the course of having Avery as a brother and him having special needs? What's something you've learned? Oh, I guess two things. What's something you've learned in general, and maybe something you've learned about yourself over the last year?
I mean, one thing I've learned is he is different. Like, he doesn't talk, so he has different ways of communicating.
Yep.
And different ways of asking for what he needs.
What are some of those ways he asks for what he needs or wants?
I mean, some ways, like...
He pulls your pants down.
Yeah, he wants your attention. He'll even, like, run up and, like, point at what he wants.
Yep.
Do you feel like your experience with him is like overtly different from the other kids that we had at home, or do you feel like because we've had him so long, it doesn't feel like he's adopted, or like what's your perspective on that?
I mean, he feels the same as he always has. He always has.
How about, I mean, the age difference between you guys is pretty large, right? What was it, like 12 years or so?
Yep.
So how do you manage that, in terms of you wanting your own space for your own things, and maybe not having him around, with the times when you do want to help out or need to help out, or because I've seen you guys interact a lot, and I know you do help a lot. So how do you juggle that, or kind of divide up that time between your time for you and time with him? And
I'm not sure. Just kind of
jump in and do what's needed.
Yeah.
It's interesting because there are very few people that I would trust more than Paxton to take care of him. Like this kid right here has saved him so many times from choking, for instance, because Avery still doesn't eat solid foods. Well, he did eat solid foods, and he's regressed back to not. And so Paxton has seen him in the middle of choking and turning blue, and like doesn't overreact or get nervous. He just jumps in and he helps take care of it, which I think is different probably than most siblings at home don't have that concern.
or
and
responsibility.
And or they, don't know what to look for, and Paxton does.
Right.
And he as opposed to just like having a babysitter or having somebody that keeps him.
Right.
Paxton already understands the situation, and that's probably, I think we did an earlier episode, that's the burden siblings carry.
Yes.
And that's like naturally he's on high alert too, because he is older and he doesn't complex.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So I mean, in dealing with all those complexities, including, I'll say, life-saving things, is it ever like overwhelming? And if so, how do you manage that? Get over it, the stress, all the things.
The only thing that I can say that's overwhelming is having to change a shitty diaper. It's very stinky. I have to cover my nose to do that.
But you actually do it?
Sometimes.
He'll do it. He's done good lately. So what about adjusting for like all of his doctor's appointments and stuff? Because it's changed a lot now that we're in Texas. But when we first got him and he was having to go to the doctor all the time, or he was sick for something or had therapy, and you weren't yet driving, and so you're, what was there ever a time when you got frustrated over how much he requires, or like, did you ever feel like, damn, I used to get this attention and now I don't get it anymore? Like, what is your take on that?
There was a few times I'd get frustrated when you would be late picking me up from school.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay.
I can't imagine.
I'm never late.
Can't imagine.
30 minutes late and having to...
Not that he's keeping track, Mom.
30 minutes late. But as far as his other appointments and stuff, you never let it really bother you or even think about it, like you just rolled with it. Yeah. How has having him at home and knowing his needs changed your perspective for other kids with special needs? Like, do you think you're more likely to pay attention or be observant, or was it not him and maybe it was like the trip to Florida where you met Johnny's kids? Like, how has your perception of kids and people with special needs changed?
I mean, it's changed in the sense that they are really like, they're very similar to regular kids. They just have a few things that they need help with.
Yeah.
Whether it be like cognitive things or just like need help with other things.
Do you feel like you're more protective over like the special needs population, or do you feel like that hasn't really changed? Like
I mean, yes, because they can't defend themselves.
Avery does a good job defending himself. I've seen him whip up on you.
Okay.
Well, maybe another way to put it is they can't necessarily advocate for themselves.
Yes.
Say what they need or want or anything like that. So I mean, in that regard, is there? And I mean, this is probably gonna be hard to answer because I'm sure it's just normal to you. So thinking in this way might be a little different. But is there something in the course of living with Avery and help take care of Avery and being his brother that, to the outsiders looking in that might see you, at the pool or the park or the store or whatever, think is like normal or easy, but for you it actually takes a lot of energy or causes a lot of stress to help, whatever the situation is, but others may not understand that, just kind of watching it.
I mean, when he can get upset and he can't tell us what he wants or like what's wrong, so it can get a little stressful in that sense.
Okay. So communication issues, okay, challenges.
Do you feel like, what are some of the things that you've learned about him specifically that you just know when he does it, that's exactly what he's trying to communicate that other people might not pick up on?
He makes faces. You can tell in his face. And like also he leads with his left hand, so if he reaches for something with his left hand, that's what he wants.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
it's a good observation.
Yeah, I haven't picked up that on my own kids. I'm impressed by that one.
What is your favorite thing about being a brother, and what's your least favorite thing?
I mean, my favorite thing is that he is my brother. My least favorite thing is that he can be a little cranky sometimes. I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
But
It's a little early.
this guy right here is the Sandman, though. He can put him to sleep no matter what. I don't know if it's because he's boring
Yes.
or
Sometimes he won't though. Sometimes during the day he's like, I'm not going to bed.
sometimes he does just not want to sleep. I don't know. What else? What are we not asking you? What do you want to share?
Well, I mean, I was just saying, back to the feistiness, the poop experiences, and all that. Are there any stories or experiences that stand out in your mind as particularly funny or interesting, or just that stand out in your mind in general?
I mean, there was this one time that not many other kids deal with when we were in Florida. I remember a couple years ago with Cruz, and we thought he had blood cancer because he popped out in like black dots, like black and blue dots all over his body, and we didn't know it was gonna happen.
Which is really scary.
Yeah, it was really scary.
It was super scary. I'm so glad you had a friend there with you because we basically lived at the hospital for that vacation. What's a recent win? Like, what is something that you think is something to celebrate with him, or that you've seen, or that whether it's with
He got into school, like a full-time school.
Yeah,
which is good, and he's been doing pretty good at it too.
he's doing great. So I guess, do you think there's any, like, for you, do you look at him any differently than if, like, we had other kids, so we probably had 14, 15 kids in a year and a half that came in and out, and I feel like every time
While you were fostering.
while we were fostering before Avery's adoption, and you could like connect, but then you knew, you had to know that like these kids would probably go home. Like most kids don't come up for adoption. And of course we had his sister, and we had another foster kiddo who had a baby, and like the difference between knowing that you have a child that's going to stay and kind of that uncertainty versus having kids and them coming in and out. Do you think that like that experience of having other kids and them going home made it take longer for you to bond with him, or do you think that like it didn't matter, it feels as natural as it could feel?
Yeah, it just feels natural. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll say, I mean, not to embarrass you, but I mean, as we've talked about, on other episodes, you know, my kids, the boys, Eugene in particular, loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Like loves you.
That's his
right?
buddy.
And that, I mean, he's friendly with everybody, but that reaction he has is very unique to you. And I think that goes a long way in saying, what type of person you are, and the heart you have, and just all the things. Because that little boy,
He loves
you're his buddy.
Paxton.
So,
Well, is there anything you want to share with anybody, or anything that you feel like is important to know, or that you just want to say?
I mean, they might have special needs, but they are more normal. They're smarter too. He's a lot smarter than people would think.
I'm a lot smarter than people would give me credit for. I'm just smart in my own ways.
yeah.
He also be a little bit more mean than people think. A little rude sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's got everybody fooled. Who, me?
Just because you're on camera right now.
So in true struggle bus fashion, we'll throw it on you today. What is your struggle, strive, and thrive? What's your struggle this week? Do you have a struggle? Sleep?
Yeah, I've been struggling to sleep recently.
He's on that 3 a.m. schedule this week.
Ooh.
Video gaming.
No, I've just been up.
And your strive and thrive. You just got a new job.
Yeah, I did just get a new job. It's been fun. I'm excited.
Pretty awesome job.
Cool.
You don't have to share details. And your thrive or something you're looking forward to or something.
Graduating, since I'm gonna get to graduate early.
An early graduation.
Very early too at that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool. You tell your brother thank you. You tell him thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Say bye, Avery.
Tell him bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right. Well,
Okay.
All right.
with that,
And we're out.
see y'all next time.